Introduce you in a second. I just want to make sure we are live. It says connect streaming software to go live on Instagram. Gotta love Instagram, man.
Oh yeah.
All right, here we go. We live on Instagram in three, two, one. Okay, we are live. All right, what's up, everybody? So I have here with me Mike Wilson with Shoreline Phone Repair, right?
Yes.
And
Mhm.
you're based out of Connecticut.
Yep.
All right, so the reason that I have him on here today is because I wanted to introduce him to you guys. There may be some of you who are in his area, and maybe you don't currently like the services or the options that are available to you, or maybe you just want to support a new business. So, right now, we're going to go over his business plan and we're going to see, how he plans to help people in the Connecticut area, in Branford, Connecticut, and some of the surrounding areas. So if you guys have any questions for him, you'll go ahead and be able to ask them in the comments. I have some questions for him as well, and he'll have an opportunity to ask me some questions. But first and foremost, Mike, let everybody know, like, why phone repair? Why start a phone repair business? There's tons of businesses out there, as I'm sure you know. What made you decide to start a phone repair business?
Well, I've always been interested in building things and just learning a trade has been kind of an interest of mine.
Yep.
I've done things at an early age, like with woodworking, and also actually built a computer many years ago. And I found the process to be very uh, I guess motivating or
Yeah.
uh, for lack of a better term. But another reason too is also one of the reasons I want to get into something like a trade is as everybody knows, AI is real big now, and a lot of jobs are going to get replaced by it.
Mm-hmm.
But something like a hardware repair, that's a business that you're is going to be something that hopefully a robot's not going to repair anytime soon. So I find that's going to be a good skill to learn and also something that I can build. So I have two daughters that maybe help them, get into the business, give them an opportunity when they get out of college if that's something that they want to do and also help my family out as well. And I've
That's
always
awesome. Someone asked, will you be buying a mobile van or start using your car?
probably a car at first, but mobile van sounds interesting because that's seems like it's a differentiator. I see a lot of places that have the brick and mortar stores, but to be able to have a van to go to say a small business or some company and get their phone, repair it on the spot if that's possible, and give it back, I think that'll be a valuable service.
Do you know why people do the mobile van
Me,
outside of everything that you just said?
I probably convenience. I would say
So
that's
in addition to that, it gives them it's kind of like a shop on wheels. So with the mobile van, it has outlets in the car that can handle powerful machinery like a back glass laser. So if you have a mobile van, you can carry around micro soldering equipment, laser equipment. Think about out of a car, anything that would require you to do a pickup and later drop off. If you have a mobile van, you could just park in their driveway and do everything right there. People do HDMI hot swaps in their mobile vans. That's a very popular service for gaming console repair. And it's also I'm not going to call it easy, but it is one of the more simpler repairs that you can learn. And there's a higher margin on it as well.
oh
And I mean,
wow.
once you get good at it, there's guys knocking those things out in 15 minutes, but because there's such high demand, there's also a bigger return. The parts don't cost much money, but it's the skill that matters because there are a lot of people who mess that up. So you get good at it. That's just one of those things to think about with a mobile van.
Yeah, I like that. That's great.
Yeah. So let me take a look at the business plan. I had it open in school. Okay. So you've already done your research on the financial projections. You have a plan to do 500 repairs in your first year, and you plan to do that through testimonials and referrals. So I wanted to ask, what's your stance on marketing? Do you have any experience running advertisements using social media? Have you ever done that before for previous work or maybe other businesses that you've done before?
Yes, actually, my day job, I am a marketing operations manager.
Oh,
So I've been doing this
nice.
for many years. Build a website developer. So I build websites primarily on WordPress, but also got into coding on different platforms. So I have hopefully that gives me an
That
advantage
definitely gives
there.
you a leg up, man. Being
Yeah.
able to, so it's funny that you say that because web design is one of the biggest problems for a lot of entrepreneurs. They just can't seem to figure it out. They go on these, you know how they have the plug and play websites where it's just you
Yes.
click a few,
Yeah.
few buttons and you're led to believe that it's as easy as that, but it's not. If you
No,
don't know how to code or you don't have a coder or a web developer, there are certain things that you can't do. You can't get the aesthetic to look a certain way. You can't get the buttons to function a certain way. You might write the text and they might have limited options as far as spacing goes. So things might be too centered or too wide. And that's where you need a professional to come in. So it's great that you know how to do that yourself. What I always tell people is it's important to use your background and your expertise and apply it to the business. Don't go into the business and just forget everything that you've learned or all the skills that you've acquired through your life. Always use what you already know and use it to give you a competitive advantage over your competitors because that's what makes you unique. Your life experiences and your work experiences are what give you a unique competitive advantage outside of everything else. You could spend hours writing a business plan, but if you don't know how to use your unique skill set outside of the trade, inside of the trade, then you're gonna lose because I guarantee you your competitors are doing that in some way. But again, what
oh,
makes you different is that you're you.
awesome. Yeah. Yeah. And
So
as
let's
far as advertising too, I've done some in the past with affiliate marketing.
okay. Have you
Uh,
ever run paid ads
yes,
with
this
Facebook?
with Google Ads.
Okay,
This was
Google ads.
before they started banning clickbank, hop links, and
Yes.
things like that. So I've spent, I would say, I know it's small compared for some. I guess it's all relative, but
Yeah.
around 10,000 on ads at a certain point, but actually made money, uh,
Good.
made a
Good.
profit.
Very good.
So yeah.
So one thing I will say for you about Google Ads is it's a little interesting in the phone repair industry, and I'm sure you've learned about this while you were building out your business plan, but it used to be you could run an ad and say, "Hey, we repair phones." But now Google has restricted that. There's a lot of back and forth in the right to repair industry to see what will and will what will not be approved. But as of right now, you can still run phone repair ads, but you just can't on Google only. You just can't explicitly state, "Hey, we'll repair your phones." So there are ways around that, and we can talk about that later when you start running ads. But I did want to let you know that just in case you got excited and started running an ad today, you probably don't want to do that because there's some
Oh,
things that you
yeah.
need to know about running ads on Google. You're good to make an ad on Facebook or any other platform, but Google, their rules around running ads for phone repair are a bit stricter. And so there are certain policies that you have to follow if you want to launch a phone repair ad.
And can I ask a
Yeah.
question?
Yeah.
Are there in terms of phone repair, what are the best platforms that you find? Is it video now or like YouTube ads, things like that?
If you want me to be honest, it doesn't and this is unique to the phone repair industry. I mean, any business, but in this industry in particular, people just don't post at all. So it doesn't matter where you post. If you can find a platform that you feel comfortable posting on consistently, your customers will find you because
Okay.
that's all I do. Like you probably found me because I just post more than everybody else.
Yeah.
I'm very consistent. I'm very consistent And that's all you really have to do in your phone repair business. I have people hitting me up all the time asking me to fix their phone. Why? Because I'm posting like 3 to 4 times a day. So if you're consistent, I personally like Instagram. But if you check me out now, right now, I'm live on YouTube, I'm live on Instagram, I'm live on Facebook. So if there's anybody watching this and they need help starting a phone repair business, or maybe they want a phone repair, they're in your area, they'll reach out to you. But if they're in my area or they know me, they'll reach out to me, right? So that's kind of how that works. So you just want to, and I mean, I encourage you to go live too when you start your business. Show your customers what you do. I have one of my students who goes live when he does repairs sometimes, and he'll have people come on his live asking him, "What phone are you fixing? Can you fix my phone? Can you fix this issue? Can you fix that
Wow.
issue?" So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's just important to remember that the views don't matter as much as the quality does. You can have 2 followers, but if they're 2 engaged followers, you'll make way more money than someone with thousands of followers simply because they have a whole bunch of views on their videos. People think that that means they're making money. That's not the case. You make money from followers that you're connected with. So when you see people with a bunch of comments but they're not replying, which is common in this industry, they're not making money because people want their service or their product, but they're just not talking to them. So I hope that answered the question.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. So moving right along, and I said this about you on the live yesterday when you weren't here. I don't know if you had a chance to watch the whole thing, but I was saying I really like how the core values in the mission statement have absolutely nothing to do with you making money. Zero to do with you making money. And one thing I was telling people was that if you lead with making money, then you're not going to make any of it. You have to lead with value. You have to. Customers are going to be coming to you completely oblivious as to what is wrong with their device. And you are going to be their trusted advisor. You need to know that. There are going to be customers that come to you and say, "Hey, I need my screen repaired." You're going to say, "Okay, uh, come on in, let me check it out," or "I'll come to you and check it out." And then you'll get there and they don't even have the phone that they told you they had, or the issue that they thought they had. They have a completely different issue.
Mhm.
I met a lady one time. She booked a phone repair with the company that I was working with at the time. And I don't know if you know this, but I used to be a certified repair technician with, the people that make the phones that we repair. And I don't want to say the name for trademark reasons, but uh, she said, "Oh, I need a new screen." And I get there and I couldn't even do the repair because they don't let you fix phones when the screen is already hanging off the device.
Oh,
And but the good news is, as a third party repair technician, you can still work on those phones. But typically, when you get a phone like that, there's going to be some troubleshooting that you have to go through before you can fix the issue. And there are some repair technicians that'll charge $100 in diagnostic fees only for them to not even be able to fix the phone for people. And you have to decide. And I think because of your core value and your mission statement, I think you already kind of have an idea of which direction you're going to go with that, right?
yes.
Charging people diagnostic fees for certain things just isn't right. And then there's times where it makes sense.
Yeah.
Like I didn't charge her anything for going out. Because I couldn't do the repair anyway. I could have, but you have to look at the lifetime customer value, and people that break their devices don't just do it once. And so if
Yeah.
you treat them good the first time, they'll stay with you forever. And everybody watching, I want you to understand that in case you're thinking about starting a phone repair business. Somebody said Money Talks Wireless Bridgeport, Connecticut on YouTube is the best example of something that I was talking about in the video. So, yeah, definitely check them out. I think they're in your area, so you could probably get some ideas from them. And one thing that I always tell people too is collaboration over competition. Uh, there might be a lot of phone repair shops in your area that are threatened by you, and that's fine. They won't be successful. The ones that will be are the ones that learn how to work with you. There are a lot of phone repair shops, and they don't. Here's another thing. There's a lot of phone repair shops, and most of them don't know how to staff and hire. In a post I made earlier on Facebook, I was talking about how retention in our industry for employees, it's there's a 50 to 70% turnover rate. The
Oh,
reason
wow.
is, yeah, yeah. So that you, and this is within the first year. So most people that start repairing phones working for somebody, they quit within the first year because most of the managers in this industry just have no idea how to lead people. They have no idea how to grow people. The most common problem that I have when I talk to a phone repair shop manager is that they're afraid to teach people how to grow because they don't want to create competition. And the reality that they have failed to face is that if someone wants to compete with you, they're going to compete with you. But if you learn how to grow people and you create the positions for them that they want, they will stay with you forever. I was
Yeah.
in Dallas earlier this week having this exact same conversation with a store owner and his employees. And I told the employee, I said, I'm not here for your boss. I'm here for you. Because if I can grow you from the position that you're in now to owning your own store, then he gets to open a second location. You're happy because you have all of the systems and support in place to make the money that you want to make because now your income is uncapped and he's happy because he has someone that can lead. And now you guys are doing this together instead of doing it apart. Collaboration over competition. You reach out to phone repair stores in your area. Hey, do you need a mobile phone repair tech? I've been in business for X amount of time and I have a strong customer base and I have great reviews. I would love to work with your store. Instead of them losing the business, now they can send it to you. Or if there's a repair that you can't do that requires a physical location, you can send it to them. Remember, it's not about the money. It's about providing a great service. So I'm just giving this to you because I want you and everybody watching to think about these things. It's my goal to change the culture in our industry because everybody's always against each other when really we just need to work together. I've worked with so many phone repair shops that had the mindset of everybody is out to get me or everybody is against me, and I've helped them shift their perspective and now they're doing so much better than they were before. Somebody said, totally agree, just formed a partnership with a local repair shop. Now I send customers to them and get a 20% cut. And this is someone who does mobile repairs. This is One Fix Mobile Connecticut. He's in your area. And he does very, very well. I've known him for years. So I'm glad that he's on the live. Um, I've been
Great
talking.
information. That's awesome. Yeah.
So now your product offerings, you're going to start with screen replacements, battery replacements, charging port replacements, diagnostic checks. Why are you starting with those repairs?
I'm those are I'm expecting those are the ones that are the most basic or the initial
You're
ones
absolutely correct.
to learn
And the
before
funny
getting
thing
in.
about that is they're also some of the most common repairs. I
Yeah.
would like to add rear camera replacements and uh rear camera replacements and what else? You said battery, charger port, rear camera and loudspeaker. And
Oh,
if
yes.
someone is having an audio issue where people can't hear them, most times changing the charger port will also resolve that. I'm not sure if you knew that. The microphone on the iPhone is connected to the charger port. Now there are times where it's board damage related, but more often than not, it is the charger port.
Wow. Okay.
Maybe they got in a back glass repair and the person that did the repair cut the cable that connects the microphone to the port, and so the phone will start boot looping. And that's where being able to read panic logs comes in, and that's just something that you'll learn with the training. You're gonna get access to the training. You'll have 2 weeks to finish it. I know you said that you had it before and you didn't get an opportunity to, but now there's a time limit on it.
All
It
right.
it it's not gonna cost you anything, so the cost is finishing it on time. That's all. Just kind of like the 7 day
Yeah.
challenge, right?
All right.
And then you said you want to scale into iPad and Android repairs and laptop repairs. One thing I'll say about iPad repairs is that they're a little different from the iPhones because they're a little more delicate, and a lot of them they're actually connectors on some models where you could just take off the glass by removing a cable and putting a new glass on and connect it. So it's pretty cool, but that's what also makes it harder. A lot of people, when they first learn iPad repairs, they have a big problem where they cut the connector for the main screen.
Oh,
Android repairs are very different because a lot of them require you to basically swap the housing. The screen is connected to the housing. You have to put the new screen on and take everything out of the old housing and put it on to the new one. I've done a few. Uh, But you know, the more you do, the easier it gets. And then laptop repairs are probably some of my favorite. My baby, when he was, I think he was 2, I had a really expensive MacBook, and he took the edge and he was teething and he just bit down really hard and he broke the whole screen. I didn't have Apple Care at the time, so I bought a screen off eBay, and I just figured out how to fix it myself, because it's just once you do enough repairs, and I tell people this all the time, you can pretty much teach yourself how to fix any device.
Mhm.
Look, if I wanted to, I could build my own computer. I've gone on to I mounted all the TVs in my house, all of them, every single one. I didn't pay anybody to do it. I mounted all of them. I went online, I did some light research, what's required, and I mounted all the TVs. So I wanted to let you know that this skill set is transferable, and the better you get at this, the better you'll start to get at other things. I've gone on to build, I never used to be super handy, but I build things around the house. I put tables together, dining room sets, couches. We put together a surround sound system. Just all these things that used to seem intimidating now become easy. It just becomes so easy, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and it's a lot of fun. So I see that you've gone over the pricing model, which I think is good. So you've done your research, you've looked at competitor pricing, so that's good. You've looked up your target market. You're gonna be speaking mostly to budget conscious parents, college students, local professionals, and small business owners, and I think that's great that you're taking that approach. This is a service that you can offer to schools, right? A lot of people think on it on a very small scale, but I like that you talked about businesses. You can go to schools, you can go to, real estate agents or firms, brokerages, just to give you some ideas. Think about any company that has multiple employees, and they might be providing devices for them on a pretty regular basis. And you don't just have to look at it from the perspective of, hey, I'm going to repair them. Sometimes the companies don't want to repair the devices. Sometimes they just want to get rid of them. So you can buy the devices from them. And you can do what I like to call a fix and flip, where you get it for a low price because of the condition it's in. You add your skill to it, and in exchange for that, you're able to sell it and make a come up because you have the skills to fix it. Make
Oh,
sense?
that's great. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And I have students that's all they do. They don't even do consumer repairs anymore. In fact, I stopped doing it a while ago just to focus on fix and flips, where I'm just buying devices online at auctions or from local businesses to be able to make a living.
And these you sell on the marketplaces like Facebook Marketplace, eBay,
Yes.
and things like that.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. Yep. And it's an art, right? It takes some time to get used to it, but I mean, once you do, sky's the limit. So we are on your competitor analysis. You've looked at your strengths. Your strength is that you have lower overhead. Yes. Yes, right? A lot of people think, oh, well, I don't have a store. This is and that is a problem. Well, one big advantage for you is that you don't have a store because you have lower overhead, meaning that you can be a lot more competitive with your pricing, right?
Yes.
A
Yep.
lot of shop owners have to charge more because they got to pay rent. You if you own your car, you just got to pay insurance. So it's like you can charge much less to get your brand out there, and then once you do, you can raise your prices. You realize that a weakness is that you lack brand recognition, but that's one of the reasons we're on this call is to help give you some exposure, get you some reviews, get you a track record, if that makes sense. You'll get testimonials, and you can do introductory discount pricing. So I liked how you put that in there. You talked about how you're going to do social media marketing, and we already talked about that earlier. You already did your post on your personal page, right? So I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure you probably already had some friends and family reach out to you.
I actually have I would say 6 iPhones right now and
What? So they just
two,
gave them to you?
two iPads. Yeah, and I have
We-
some more that I have to collect.
So I just
So,
want to talk about that real quick. So I have a school community. It anybody can join, and when you get in, one of the first challenges that you have to do is announce your business. I think that's like day one. And so
Yeah,
when Mike got in, the first thing he did, copy and paste the post, shared it on his feed, and if you heard him, friends and family, because they want to support, they just gave him 6 devices for him to practice on.
yeah.
How amazing is that? All you got to do is ask, right? And most people, they're like, oh, how am I going to get started? Where am I going to get the training materials? Well, you're a brand new business. A lot of the time, your friends and family, because this is a cool skill to learn, they'll want to see you win. Even if it's
Yeah.
only 6 people out of the thousands of friends that you have on Facebook, that's way more than enough. When I got started, I only had one device and I didn't ask anybody to give me anything to practice on. So I had to fix the same device 30 times. My mentor had me fix the device 30 times before I ever went out and did my first repair because I only had one phone. So you already, you're starting off with iPads and phones so you can just go online and have a blast with it, honestly. And I think that's so cool.
Usually somebody will have like their old iPhone 6 or whatever in their drawer or
Yep.
pile. And so that's what happened. You know, a
Yep.
couple contacted me and said, "Hey, yeah, I got these. I'm not doing anything with them."
Exactly. Somebody said, glad to know you're right here in Brantford, Connecticut. What is your social handle so we can follow you?
It is Shoreline Phone Repair, and I have that on Instagram and Facebook right now.
Okay, so Shoreline Phone Repair.
Yeah, all
Okay.
together, no underscores or
Okay.
dashes.
Okay. So Shoreline for see, I told you, didn't I tell you? Come on the live. I said somebody in your area is gonna be on the live and they're
That's
gonna want
awesome.
to follow you. That's awesome. That's awesome. See, you're already getting the exposure. And again, collaboration over competition, right? I have 93,000 followers. You think I'm worried about somebody going to you losing customers? No, because I'm not in Connecticut. And even if I was, I have so many people in New York that I tell people about. You know what I mean? They see
Great.
us all working together. We're a community, we're going to dominate the space because everybody is not like-minded like that. Everybody doesn't want to work together. Everybody doesn't want to help each other. And like I said, people are too focused on money,
Yeah, yeah.
way too focused on money. You got to focus on the customer. Uh,
It's
so
definitely
sales
true. Yeah.
sales methodology, we went over that already. Sales channels, so you're gonna do phone, email, DMs, and you know how to build websites, so I'm pretty sure you have a good idea already of how you're gonna do the automations and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Um, and then the last thing that you're gonna do is look over the other legal considerations like insurance, licenses, and permits, which is good because it does vary by state to state. Some states might require you to have insurance or certain licenses or permits. I know for me in New York, I had to get a resale certificate in order to be able to purchase parts tax free. That's why I have you guys get an EIN and make an LLC because a lot of the companies that you're going to be getting parts from, if you don't have this stuff, they either A, won't sell to you, or B, they're going to charge you tax on all your parts. And it
Yes.
doesn't make sense to have you pay tax when you just don't have to because all you need is an EIN and an LLC, or some of them will just accept an EIN and they'll make the resale certificate for you. A lot of them have an online portal where you click a few buttons and they just help you generate it right there. And it's like a blanket certificate that you can just use for their site. So it's really cool, you know?
Yeah, for um, a construction supply company. They're doing their e-commerce site. Same thing.
Hmm.
All we required is, hey, you have a resale doc, get a resale doc, and we waive the tax. So
Exactly.
yeah,
So you're already very familiar with that. And this goes back to applying your existing knowledge to a new industry or whatever you do in life. So you've already gone over the equipment that you need. You're going to get business cards, light digital ads, which is what we talked about. Um, I can give you some resources to get all of that going, or if you want my help, we could talk about that as